Good evening and welcome to another episode of Thursday Night Farmers.
Why, hello everyone.
Yes, hello.
We're so glad you're
Um,
here.
yeah, and I want to lead off with an apology for last Thursday. So, as many of you might know, there has been some really weird weather happening here in the United States. A lot of snow, rain, freezing rain, stuff of that nature. Well, I work for a lawn and landscape company that also does snow removal in the wintertime, and I was so exhausted I was not able to do the live stream. um,
Understandable.
yeah, the number of hours put forth in in less days was ridiculous. That made absolutely no sense, but I worked a lot of hours in very few days with very little sleep, and
Yeah,
I needed the break. But
yeah. You were working like more than half of the
yeah,
time,
so
like
like
more than 12 hours per day.
yeah, I was doing like 16 and a half hours a day for
Hmm.
a day or two, and then it cut down to like 12 hours, and then it was still like another 14-hour day, but just regardless, it was a long time. But if I remember correctly, I think we just got done planting soybeans in all the fields. And
Soybeans.
yay for our John Deere, John Deere with our header over there.
Hmm.
But if I recall correctly, I think we were going to try to do some contracts as we waited for the crops to grow. So let's just take a gander here at some of the contracts we could do. Plowing, no. Cultivating, no. Plowing, no. Harvesting, ooh, no. Nope, 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 nope.
Let's see. Can I
Harvesting,
see the
harvest
contract?
oats in field 23. That's hardly worth anything. Nope. What is this? Harvest field 12. Take the product to Central Grain. Okay, we're gonna accept this contract.
Alrighty.
Matt,
Looks like I can do it too if I wanted to.
I think
Yeah.
we'll have to experiment with this here. But
Yeah.
my goodness, is that the gong? We're off to a running start. Okay,
Yep.
so Matt,
Exactly.
hop in the combine and hook up to the um, reel head and take it to field 12, and I'll meet you over there
Alrighty.
with the Semini.
Real head. Another combine. Oh, you. Oh, it's our. Okay. Yeah, I thought you borrowed these. Okay, works
No,
for me.
I think it's ours. I think you have to just try to squeeze through. We don't have a trailer for it just yet.
Yeah.
Where is field 12?
Um.
Ooh, it's one of the big ones by the back. Oh, okay, sweet. It's a big square one. I will meet you there.
Alrighty, I'll let you squeeze. Okay, you're going that
Taking the country road.
way. Don't get
Country
stuck.
road. Take me home to the place I belong.
Backing up. There we go.
Mountain,
Turned around here.
take me home. Country
Field 12.
roads. Man, I really like that song. I haven't listened to that song in a little while.
Yeah, I haven't either. Turn on the flashers.
I'm speeding
Good.
like bad. I'm in a going 48 into 35. It's like
Jeez.
it's worthy of like excessive speeding. I could get arrested.
Yeah, it really is.
And back to 15. Fantastic.
Hopefully, none of our viewers tattles on
Yeah, I'd hate to have that. That'd be awkward.
it. Mm-hmm. then YouTube would get involved for speeding, and yeah, it'd just be a ton.
I hope YouTube doesn't get involved with that. That just doesn't. It's just not
Yeah,
a
it's
pleasant thing.
no
Ooh, there's a train.
train.
Good thing the train went fast. Too bad I am waiting for traffic so I can swing wide.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to weave through these crossing gates.
Yeah, we might need to, once we make some more money, invest in a trailer for that.
Yep.
Although I don't know if that combine can pull a trailer,
I don't know. It's a good question.
or if we'll have to have another truck pulling.
Yep. Well, I just made it. I'm gonna do some end rows.
Wait, you just made it to field 12?
Yeah,
I'm not even there yet.
I know. I don't know where the heck you were going. You went all the way to the shop, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's your problem.
Wow. Wow. A combine just beat me. That's sad. You know,
Yep.
I was driving the speed limit
I believe you.
after a little while.
Yeah. After your little mishap there at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh
That's
gosh. Oh, there it is with the front fender.
Did you scrape?
I might just rip the whole thing off.
Oh. Yep.
Ooh, this is a weedy field.
Mm-hmm. When they're all colored like that, those are live weeds, right? Those are weeds that weren't sprayed. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Those are weeds that at this stage I don't know if um I I don't know if at this stage we could still um like yeah, I don't know if you could still actually spray them
Yeah.
or not.
Okay. Right.
Oh, hey drone. Yes, it has been a long time no stream. Uh Yeah, I said earlier, the weather's been kind of crazy here for me for last week, since last week was our first time back. Yeah, last Thursday was our first scheduled time back, but I wasn't able to make it because of the weather. But I'm hoping to be a little bit more regular now. But although the next 4 days here are snow chances, so I'll be on call, potentially going in and plowing snow or shoveling sidewalks or whatever needs to be done.
Do you actually do the physical shoveling, or do you blow all the sidewalk?
With a snowblower or a
Yeah.
backpack blower, like
Both? I don't know. Which ones do you use?
like a leaf blower is what I meant.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, which one? I mean, do you do any manual shoveling?
Yeah, I do quite a bit of manual shoveling.
Oh,
The
okay.
snow last weekend, 2 weekends
Hmm.
ago. I don't
Yeah.
remember when exactly. I really don't. My days are all messed up because of that event. But we
I
had
believe you.
15 inches of snow in, let's see, we had 15 inches of snow in like 28 hours.
Pretty
So,
extreme.
so like we would go to a property that had 6 inches on it, plow it, and then by the time we made it back through the whole list again, it had another 6 to 8 inches on it. And it was just like, oh my goodness. But it depended on what side of town you were on, if you only had 14 inches or if you had 15 inches,
Wow.
which was kind of odd since town's not that big. But that
Yeah.
just kind of shows off how the weather's kind of weird.
Yep.
But um, yeah, that is where I was, or that's why we did not go live last week. I was recovering from that long weather event. And yes, yes, I have deer. But for the amount that we got, the snow blowers that we had, we weren't able to use them during certain parts of the
Mm,
storm because the snow was so wet. It wasn't really um, feasible to take so long to use the snowblower. You were almost faster
yeah.
with just doing it manually.
They blow it in chunks, or it would just sit there.
The mouth on the portable ones we have, like two people can lift it in and out of the back of the truck,
Hmm.
uh, isn't big enough for 15 inches. So like
Oh,
you'd have to take a little chunk and then go. So I mean, it quite literally depended on what side of town you're on if you could use it or
hmm.
not at the end
Right,
of the
right.
storm.
Gotcha.
Um, and then we had a lot of call-ins, which was kind of nice, getting all that
Okay.
extra business. But it was like, man, we got
Well,
all
that's true.
okay, and he's off to the races,
Exactly. I'm going down the field now.
and he's going, going, going. Get those crops a rolling,
I
cha-ching.
would, I would, the gong. I would imagine by the time I get to the other end and start uh, on the other end rows, I'll need to unload my grain tank.
All right, 10-4. Oh, you have about 6 inches. So drone, do you have 6 inches on the ground right now, or did you have only 6 inches of snow? Because a lot of our snow is melted except the piles. Although tonight it's supposed to be -3 degrees
Hmm.
for an actual temperature, or no, 3 degrees for an actual temperature, and it's supposed to be like -20, -25 for wind chills.
Hmm.
That is why I turned the temperature up for you. Sorry, speaking out of game
Uh,
context.
I understand.
Yeah,
Gonna
so
get some dust there in the grill.
yeah, I was looking to my right, having a minor, very silent, very short words discussion
Hmm.
about why I turned the temperature up in the apartment.
Mm, understandable.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness. I'm at 79%.
So you can make it back? Alright.
Maybe. We'll see.
You should be able to. You did 2 rounds on the other end and made the whole length of the field, and you're only at 79, so I'm just going to swing her wide and you can unload into me when you're able.
Works for me.
Oh boy. Wait, are you going to have to take your semi license again?
We'll see what happens.
Or will it be able to transfer?
It will not be able to transfer. I called them, well, before we moved, I called them, and the guy told me that once I moved out of state, it would not transfer back.
Wow.
And I called again to the Jacksonville office one day to ask them a couple other questions about moving, but I asked her about that, and I said, "Is there any sort of grace period? Like, can I bring in the receipts or whatever that showed I passed the test?" She said, "No, the grace period is 1 day."
Wow.
So, yeah, she was very specific about that. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'll probably just go back to a regular license for now, and if it comes up in the future to retake the test, I'll retake it. But I think in order to get a Class D license, you just have to take the written test to transfer it back. So, oh, I'm full.
Oh, dang.
I just looked down. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Gotcha. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but
At least you should remember it all, so you'll
mm-hmm,
be a shoe in.
mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah, I'm not too worried about
Ugh.
that. Yep. Have you looked into getting your CDL anymore?
I've been so busy that I have not had the pleasure. Or when I have had the pleasure, I've been filling it with other things
Mm-hmm.
that are
More
taking
pressing.
precedence.
Yep.
That's kind of weird that you and I had the same term.
Yeah, that's a group in the same town, I guess. I don't
No one ever used it
know.
in
Oh,
town.
that's true.
How did we? That's weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Let's just stop this right now. Stop the live stream.
Yep, that's it. We're done.
We
Yep,
freaked each other
that just solidifies more things to wifey that
out.
that we are weird.
Yep, very strange.
Yeah. Well, hello. Are you buying more books? Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna see you for a few days as you read.
You're talking to the cat.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
that darn cat.
loves.
Just reading up a storm. Oh man, I miss this.
You do?
Like I miss actually being out in the field watching harvest.
Oh, yeah.
Not even like being a part of it, like just
Hmm.
quite literally walking to one of my neighbor's fields and stand in the field and watch him farm.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a weird childhood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, and every farmer knew that, oh, it's him. Gotcha. And then they,
Flashes.
yeah, it's flashes. All right. We know he's not going to do anything weird like get in the way. He knows to stay out of the way. Oh, by the
Uh-huh.
way, tells the semi driver as they're going to the elevator. Yep, tell his mom he's in the field.
He's out in the field again.
You know, and mom will get home. So, I heard you were out in blah blah blah's field. And I'm like, yep, he
I
did a pretty
know.
good job.
Yep. You made sure it was going okay.
Yep, even let me ride with him. He did what? Never said anything about that. Oh yeah, he flagged me on over. Did you only
Hmm.
do? You did one. No, you did 2 rounds.
Yep.
I guess you're gonna
Uh,
need me down there, aren't you?
we'll see. I don't know.
Might as well. Your auger's on the outside of the field, so
Yeah, that's true.
I'll meet you down there.
Beep beep. I honked at you, but I don't know if you have your sound on or not.
I do, and my horn is not horning.
Hmm, that's the problem.
It's just really quiet to me. I guess I do have my game sound turned really down for
Oh,
uh
yeah.
for a semi horn
Yeah.
because it is pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the sound spike on my live streaming
Mm-hmm.
software, so I or at least ripple, not necessarily spike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're actually filling me up with the cover on?
Yep.
I only wanted you to fill the front hopper.
Oh, yeah. I kind of wondered what you were doing.
Oh well, that's nice to know in the future that hey, I don't necessarily have to have the cover open or closed for you.
Yep. Yeah, it's weird. That's weird though, because like on the spreaders and stuff, you have to open up the lid or whatever for it to fill.
Yeah,
So you'd think it
you
would
you
remain
would.
true, but
You would think.
I do think.
No, you would think that that would be something that they wrote in the script, but
Yep.
it apparently is not.
Yeah.
Oh
Goofy.
well. Oh well.
Yep. So fun story. I have a corner desk, kind of an angled corner desk that I use to play Farming Simulator on.
Okay.
And our viewers may not know we're in the process of moving in the next couple of days. So currently, I have one half of my corner desk apart on the floor, and so I scooted my computer over so it's on the other corner or the other half. And so I'm like, it's like super wobbly and feels like it's about ready to fall over, but it works.
Super wobbly, super cramped.
Yeah. So once we're done farming tonight, I will be or putting my computer back in its box and taking the rest of the desk apart.
Speaking of desk, are y- is that the glass desk?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, one section would definitely be super wobbly.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's got like the glass sections, and then in the middle where they come together
Yeah.
is that it's kind of rounded, and that's a black wooden part. So I just have the black wooden part in one glass section is what it is.
Gotcha.
But I really don't think the other half really added a whole lot of support because the screws that go into the wood piece on the back that kind of hold a lot of it together are stripped.
Oh.
So you kind of just don't bump
Ooh, gotcha.
it. So,
Yeah, so you saw my desk. I flipped around
mhm.
one of the sides so I could sit the opposite way.
Yeah, that's smart.
Well, it was for two people to use the same desk. It was
Right.
the most logical thing once I realized, hey, screws can be taken out and flipped around.
Heck, why not?
Like, yeah, like they are capable of doing that. It's like, might as
Right.
well.
Might as well. Looks like I'll be able to make 2 rounds.
All right, noted.
I'm at 40. I'll be at 49%. 48.7%.
Ooh.
So that's we'll be cutting her close.
Yeah. Have you had the opportunity to watch the most recent upload of the Millennial Farmer?
Uh, yes.
Him filling a contract, taking grain to the elevator.
Oh, that one I started watching, but then got interrupted and did not finish it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was thinking you were talking about the snow plowing one because I didn't remember.
Oh, him getting the play button.
Oh, the play button. No,
Oh, the more recent one where he actually
yeah,
builds a little small hill for the kids to slide on.
yeah. He has to fix his tractor and the
Yeah,
snowblower.
'cause the
Yeah,
hose.
yeah. The pesky hose.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
it's
Yep.
11 inches long. That's what she said.
Then they made it. Yeah. So that sounds very typical.
He is just hilarious when it comes
Yeah.
to that.
Anyway, what was his most recent video? What was his? What was funny about that one? Have you watched it?
I have. I'm recalling.
Oh, okay.
Um, Nothing really stands out at the moment off the top of my
Hmm.
head.
Yeah, he hasn't been posting as much, so it's been a little bit easier for me to stay on top of what he is posting.
Yeah. Um,
You know I don't know. I think it was the snow blowing video where he talked about going to that Vikings game or something. They had to take a day off to go do that.
yeah.
I think that was over right before or right after Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year's. I think because Jackie's dad, my father-in-law, went to that game as well. He happened to get some season tickets that
Ooh.
some people weren't using that day. So
Well, Wifey's dad got to be in the same stadium as him.
yeah, it was really
Lucky.
weird because I guess it was a somewhat of a big game. I really didn't pay that much attention, but for some reason there were several people I know of who were at that game.
I think it wasn't it like the Vikings and the Bears.
Mm-hmm. It was Bears.
Yeah, it was for playoffs.
That makes more sense. All right, here I come. Do you want me only to unload in the front?
It doesn't matter now.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna back up and then set that again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now. It was more of
Okay.
an experiment for myself.
Ah.
Yeah, more of an experiment. Say I'm gonna see if we fulfill the contract and might have a little bit of surplus grain left over
Mm-hmm.
to like make some money
Usually we
on it.
do.
Yeah, usually, but there have been a few times that like it goofed or I
Mm-hmm.
goofed and I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah. I didn't even realize you could have excess drink. Like I thought it required all of it, and then like so once the contract was filled, I just hit the button and collected my money, and then I was like, wait a minute, I can keep going.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you can, which is pretty neat. Speaking of which, how full
Mm-hmm.
are we? We're 38% complete on this field.
Oh, good. It's not too bad. And once you unload it, it tells you how much grain is transported, I believe.
Um, oh yeah, it does. I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, you are correct. I might
Yeah.
actually zip on over there and deliver this to see where we're at, see if we're gonna
Okay.
make how much we're gonna make on this grain.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Alright, time to lose the front bumper again.
Yeah.
Oh, lost it all.
Yeah. Too
Hey, what do you
bad.
know? A level spot.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it.
So, have you done any baling contracts on this game?
Bailing?
Yeah, like
Grass
baling.
bales?
Or hay bales.
Negative.
Okay. Well, I will just warn you. First baling contract I did was not a moneymaker for me
Really?
because I mowed the field. I borrowed the equipment, I guess is what I should say first. So, anyway, I mowed the field with the mowers they gave me. They gave me some weird mowers.
Yeah.
Then I, whatever, the tedder and made it into straw or whatever. let it dry. Then I used the rake thing and put it into rows, and then I baled it, and then I had a bunch of bales. Okay, all sounds great, doesn't it? So they gave me a tractor that had a front 3-point hitch and a rear 3-point hitch. And then for collecting the bales, they gave me these tools that you can hook on the front and the back. So they gave me 2 of them. And you unfolded them. And then when it unfolded, it had like it had like 2 or 3 spikes sticking out. And then you could pretty much just lower the thing to the ground and then drive up to a bale, and it'll, put a little point on each side of the bale underneath, and then you can raise it up and then pick it up. Okay, sounds great, doesn't it? So you could haul 4 bales at once doing that.
Huh, okay.
So, and I hadn't seen a tool like that on here before. Anyway, so I went up to the first bale, lowered it on the front, lowered the tool, drove forward, picked up the bale, good. And then I noticed there was a bale right behind it, so I just had the front one raised up, backed up, put the back tool down, and then picked up that bale. I was like, cool, I got 2 bales. I drove up to the third bale, which I was going to use the other front slot for. And like there was no way to lower it and the other bale not slide out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then in the process of that, the the back bale I had picked up like was jostling around enough, and it was a little like the game was a little sloppy on it a little bit. It wasn't the bale wouldn't stay on the tool. So even when I had 1 bale, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take this 1 bale over and unload it. I would drive halfway across the field and it would just like jiggle its way out and fall off.
That does not sound fun at all.
No. So I had to go get my own tractor. I had to put the front loader attachment, and I leased the loader and the spike. And I had to spike each bale and go take him to the barn. It was very annoying.
The Schmetterling?
The,
Is that what it is?
the tool that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Fleagle or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Fleagle
Um,
Schmetterling. It's
yeah.
like it's got 2, 4, 6 prongs on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Then it kind of unfolds, yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. So I can find it. I'm curious now.
Under baling technology trailers.
Yeah, the Schmetterling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I
Whatever
don't
it
have
is.
yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I do not recommend that tool. It does not work.
Noted. I just bought one on my personal game.
Oh, yeah, you have to let me know how it works.
I actually got it for the. Wait a second. Did I get it for that? Um, I'm trying to remember. I think I got one that's like a front loader
Hmm,
attachment.
interesting.
I could be mistaken. Or I could have attached it to my front loader. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
61%, sweet. And we're at however much you gave me was 51%
Oh,
of
wow.
grain delivered. So we're gonna make a little
Wow.
bit of money off of this feed.
Yeah, we are. Dang. I mean, yeah, I'm almost full again, so I think you should be good down there.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
I hope
I'm taking
so.
a pretty full swath this time. I know it. The 88, 89.
Wow, you are racking up quickly.
Mm-hmm. 90, 91,
Ah.
92, 93, Nice.
Oh
Bye. Bye. Oh,
I'm not used to the steering again.
nope. It does. It takes off.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me. Choo choo.
Well, we're about halfway through the field. Did you want to drive the combine, or should I keep going?
Oh, you can keep on going. You're doing such a
Okay.
mighty fine job.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, say moving closer, you'll be able to help out around the farm more often.
Yeah.
When you feel like it on a
Yep.
longer weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
And
let.
to. I don't have to pay someone to change my oil if I don't want to either. I can actually do it myself.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, being on the farm.
Yep. Yeah. There's this dealership where we are currently living. We took to a dealership that's closer, and anyway, they weren't the best experience we'd ever had. So
Ooh.
now we're taking it to a different dealership that's a little bit farther away, but it's this little small town south of here, like a half hour. And to do oil change, tire rotation, and yeah, oil change and tire rotation. It I've gone there twice now. It takes them about an hour and 10 minutes.
Well, that's not too bad.
So, no, I guess I've taken it to the Service Express at the dealership in Bloomington in Bloomington, and theirs takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So I guess that's just part of it.
Yeah, well, they probably hook up a vacuum to just suck out the oil.
Yeah, I guess. But
I'm sure
and,
that's a thing. I don't know how on earth it's very
mm-hmm,
efficient, but
yeah, yep. And we're moving from a state that doesn't require a front license plate
yeah,
back to a state that does require a front license plate.
yeah.
So last fall, when I was ripping the rivet out of the front license plate holder on my wife's car, that cost me $12.50 today to get them to put it back on.
Oh, poor wifey's car.
Yeah, but it's all good. I had it, I still had it, but I was like, I have no way to put this back on.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could just put some screws back in it, but there's like this plastic piece
Yeah, just
underneath
put
it.
self-tapping screws in it. It'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah. So
Can't go
anyway,
wrong there. Worst thing happens, you buy them too long, goes right into the radiator.
yep,
It's just
nothing
extra
bad there.
cooling.
Right. Mm-hmm. A little bit more room for
Fluids.
cooling of the. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
More room for the fluids to go to cool off quicker.
More open air access. Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of open air access, I had
Let it
a
rip.
lovely phone call today while I was
Oh.
on the job site. I got a phone call from one of my coworkers whom I was waiting on to bring other parts for me,
Okay.
informing me that he was just now leaving the shop instead of, oh, I'm almost there, stating that my boss was in a predicament and he needed to stay and help my boss out change a hydraulic hose on our
Oh.
Bobcat. that happened
Mm-hmm.
to spring a leak,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that happened to spring a leak and blow hydraulic fluid all over my truck.
Your truck?
All over my truck. Like, I couldn't see out of my front windshield. Like, my truck looked
Yeah.
super glossy and pearlescent, and my
Oh
truck
my.
isn't naturally like that because there was a coat of hydraulic fluid all over it.
Dang.
So I had to go to the car wash and
Yeah. Take
wash
care
all
of
that
that.
off. But I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And when I finally got done, I showed up at the shop, and they were still there, uh, topping off the hydraulic fluid. They had
Yeah.
two 5-gallon jugs of hydraulic fluid, so I don't
Yeah.
know if it was like one jug was almost empty
Mm-hmm.
or what, because I'm surely that thing doesn't take 10 gallons of hydraulic fluid.
Yeah.
But just the fact that it was from, and I back into my parking spot, the
Mm-hmm.
fact that it was like on my tailgate was like, what on earth happened here?
It's like they aimed it.
Yeah, or it was just quite literally the luck of the draw, and for some reason, when he was transporting a 2,200-pound pallet, it decided
Mm-hmm.
to, oh, I'm gonna spring a leak right in this hose and
Dang.
just, pow!
So it was mid-load, huh?
Oh yeah, you want to see a 1 ton of ice melt drop? I mean, it happened
Yeah. Wow.
right in front of my truck.
Yeah.
And what's worse is you can see the tire tracks in the parking lot, like where he was driving, and he was like
Uh-huh.
20 feet away from my truck. And I was like,
Like across
how?
the parking lot. Yeah.
I was like, how? Now,
Yeah.
it got one of my
Dang.
coworkers' trucks, but not nearly as bad as mine. Like,
Yeah.
mine, you could have used a squeegee and squeegeed all of it off and filled up the whole thing. His, you could have maybe gotten a red Solo cup full of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I could have filled that 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. There you go. Dang.
Yeah, so that was exciting
Yeah.
for vehicle
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. There's some open air access. Oh, you're coming for me.
Yeah, you know, I'm the nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah, say since views are pretty low tonight, and since drum's still not on, I'm probably gonna be wrapping it up here as soon as we finish this contract.
Okay. Works for me.
Since I'm getting very unique looks as well,
Yeah.
and I'm sure
Yep.
wifey needs you.
Yeah. We had this extra bath bomb, and we don't usually. Oh, it was still unloading. Why did it stop? I thought I was done. Anyway, uh, I'm just gonna go back to where I was. Sorry, that was weird. Um, we had this extra bath bomb that like we don't usually take baths, so
Yeah.
don't really use a bath bomb. We got it as a gift. Anyway, so Jackie was trying that out tonight to see if it actually worked.
Oh, was it
So,
a pleasurable
judging by
experience?
huh?
Was it a pleasurable experience?
I think so, but judging by the noises and looks that I'm getting from across the room, I don't think it worked.
You don't think what?
I don't think the bath bomb worked.
Oh,
Yeah,
might have
so
got wet or damp or
that,
something, and like
yeah, that could be.
didn't fully work. All the ones I've ever seen work,
Yeah,
but
could be. So there you go.
yeah, sad that wifey's um, Didn't have a pleasurable bath experience
Nope.
since you two don't ever take baths.
Right. Yeah. No, I
Stinky.
think it was just going to be thrown in the bathtub and see what it. So.
Stinky.
Hmm.
Stinky. You don't take baths.
Nope,
I at
we
least
don't.
take a bath like once a year.
Yeah. I probably. I don't think. I think I took one last year. Some
Oh, well, you're good to go then.
could have been 2 years ago. I don't really know.
You're still good to go.
Yeah. But then sometimes it's nice to go down to the creek and just wash off a little. But other than that,
Or just wait for the rain. How on earth
yeah.
do you change hoppers? Oh, wrong button. Alright, we're at 93%.
Nice.
Oh, I wrapped it around a pole. That ain't no good.
Oh boy.
I
Way to
was
go.
distracted. Isn't that how all accidents happen? That's a big drop off over there. I just like glanced down and was like, holy crap.
Hmm. Don't go off that.
If I go off that, I'm resetting.
Yep. I was a little bit worried. I was doing a contract the other day in my personal profile, and I got a semi truck going a little too fast around a downhill corner with a drop off on the other side of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it didn't end well.
Ooh.
So I learned that you can reset contract vehicles. I was a little worried at first, but I was like, am I just gonna have to cancel this one or what? But
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Oh well.
mm-hmm.
Alright.
What's the huh?
So, whatever you have in the hopper right now, fill into either, or whenever you get done, fill into either the front or the back, and then the rest of the field, fill into a different one.
Okay,
Fill into the opposite one. And then
okay.
that way we can make profit. Ooh,
Oh,
rip. I have 0 people watching the live stream currently.
oh boy.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I've always had one.
All right, I'm gonna go for the front hopper,
Okay.
and that's about half a hopper's worth.
Wait, you don't.
Combine. Hmm?
How on earth did you go from one round filling you up to only getting half?
It's 2 rounds that fill me up.
Oh,
That was only one.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, everything else can go in the back hopper then.
Okay,
I'll
I can do
just
that.
back on up.
Works for me. Yeah, the
Speaking,
rest of us won't be bad.
speaking of backing on up and thinking of very weird songs and videos that I've
Mm-hmm.
seen and heard, did you know our Eagle in Arms, that has been in the Navy, is back home?
Oh,
Yep.
our fellow Eagle mate.
Yep, he is back home.
Huh.
He has decided not to re-up for another 6 years,
Oh,
or
well,
whatever he signed up for. I
yeah.
forget. It might have been 5. Um, but he's decided not to re-up, and currently he's living at home with
Nice.
his parents and going to
Mm-hmm.
go to school, and in the fall, but I don't know for what exactly.
Mm-hmm. Or do you know where? Or is it?
I don't know that either.
Oh, okay.
I
Nice.
anyway, I've
That's
yet to
great.
come over and hang out with him.
Yeah.
So whenever
Nice.
you're back in the area, we can probably all get
Yeah.
together and
Yeah, that'd be great.
catch up on
Mm-hmm.
years
Ketchup
of
and mustard.
illegal stuff.
Oh gosh, do I want to know?
I don't know. If he tells us, he'll probably have to kill us.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know what I'm saying.
Mhm. Yep.
You know what I'm putting down.
Mhm.
You know what you picking. Oh, you really have a sliver?
Yep. If you want to meet me at the other end, that's
Yeah.
where I'll end up.
Wait, do you need to unload? No, you don't need to unload.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll meet you at the other end. Just let my tires just a spin.
Going over the rough ground.
Sure, not necessarily that, but just as heavy as I am and as soft as soil as I'm in,
Mhm.
it takes its toll.
Yep.
It definitely takes its toll.
Wasn't one of our viewers had a question a few weeks ago? What's one thing that we missed the most about FS17?
Yep.
I thought of something just now.
Oh, what is that?
And this is only a half thing that I missed because I like the way it is now, but I do kind of miss the old way too. But the steering, whenever you're going slowly and it doesn't bring it back to the middle when you release the keyboard button or whatever,
Yeah,
there are times when I miss that.
I think there might be a setting.
I think, oh, is there?
There might be. Don't quote me.
I'm going to put a quote on a website or a newspaper.
You know, that's just a little rude.
Flash is 40 says. He
Yeah,
claims.
yeah, that's just a little messed up.
Yep. I have no idea though.
Ooh, I'd love to do that, but I'd get in trouble.
Oh.
Oh, I was looking at a stock market app.
Oh.
Are you almost here?
I'm getting there, Sonny.
Yeah. So yeah, the steering is weird, but then again, it's also nice
It
for some
is, yeah.
things. It is. Yeah, I do have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And who was that? That
Plowable
was
gore.
yeah, Plowboy, or I forget what he said. I'll have to go back and look and see what he said to
Yeah.
call him. Uh, yeah, but yeah, Plowboy, I think is what he said to call him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Plowboy Gore, or
Plowable gore, I think was what his username was.
yeah, and then just say call him Plowboy,
Plowboy.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did ask that. And I've still yet to fully come up with something.
Yep. Alrighty, I'm loading into the back hopper.
Yeah, all right. I'm hoping everything in the front hopper will send us over, and then everything in the back will
Mm-hmm.
be profit. So if you want to head back to the uh, our little plot of land, I'd say the
Mm-hmm.
homestead, but we don't have a home there. So
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm headed back.
all right, all right, all right.
I'm going across country. I'll see if I can take the front fender off.
You know, that'd be really impressive considering the front fender is like 6 foot off the ground.
Yep.
Might even be more than that.
Yeah.
Would the fender be like the platform to stand on to get into the combine?
Maybe.
I'm thinking at this now, and the more I think about it, the worse my brain hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it the roof of the cab?
No, that's something
That's
different.
not much, yeah.
Don't be silly.
Never.
Yay!
Hey, there we go. It gave us 1200 on. Is that on the front hopper?
That was the front hopper, so that was
Oh,
extra
okay.
that we had.
Nice.
And this is the back hopper.
Ooh,
2,142. Hot dog.
nice. We haven't even. Have you collected the income from the contractor?
Ooh, no, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
No, the contract was like 6 grand, I think.
Oh, okay. It added that in there already.
No,
Oh,
I have to collect it.
okay.
Oh, it's 7,000. 7,000.
Cool.
Excuse me, 7,407. Boom, just
Your
collected
excuse. Nice. Pretty good.
My parents gave me and the girlfriend some chili that they had made up uh, earlier or late this fall, or it was
Oh,
frozen chili that they had. I forget when
yeah.
they made it. Uh,
Sounds good.
and thawed it and
Mm-hmm.
warmed it up on the stove tonight. And my goodness, that was some good stuff.
Hit the spot.
Where on earth did you go?
Home farm.
I know, but like, what road path did you take?
I went the way, kind of the windy way down the big hill.
The windy way down the big hill.
Alright, am I gonna be able to crank it hard enough to get it over here? Yep. I still have my flashers on. That's embarrassing.
You literally took a dirt path?
No. So if you follow the asphalt road that's right next to Field 12, and you go straight across the main highway there as you go down or south or whatever, and then you can just go straight and keep going straight across the railroad tracks, and then it winds you through the trees and down the hill, and then it dumps you right out on the road that comes into our home farm.
Huh. Well, don't take the path I'm taking while you're fully loaded, because this is heavy and I'm empty.
Is it not working?
It's working, but slowly.
Yeah.
What on earth is wifey watching or listening
She watching a YouTube video.
to? Is she my one viewer?
No,
Oh,
she's looking at her other channel. Yeah,
her.
the road you're on right now, Scott, is the one I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, Flash. Flash.
You're excused. You've already messed up a couple of times with wifey.
Oh, really?
Yep, like 3 times.
Gosh,
You're bad at
who am
this.
I? I'm really bad at
You're
this.
Matt.
I'm fired.
Yes, you are going to be in the doghouse.
Okay, you're back.
I am. I'd been back faster, but someone misguided me
Mm,
or misled me in understanding, and I took a dirt road for like the Mahindra, not for a semi truck.
oopsie boops.
Throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So that's neat that we're able to do the. Am I in the back of the Yeah, I'm in the back of the combine.
You're
All right.
good. This is kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah. Good
Um,
luck.
thanks. Parking uphill. And see, that's the steering. I let go for it to correct, and it's not correcting fast
Yeah.
enough for what I'm
Yeah.
used to.
Mhm. Nice. That works.
Close enough. It's a sea of
Oh,
green.
yep.
But all right, so we're probably just gonna keep next episode. We're probably just gonna keep watching our crops grow slowly but surely.
Make sure there's no weed.
Yeah, keeping an eye on them, that is for sure, and probably completing
Mhm.
a couple more contracts. Uh,
Yep.
we're probably only going to keep doing the bigger ones that are capable of two people doing something instead of just one person in the field.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure if we like rented some equipment and had the same equipment and did it
Mhm.
that way, and we could still do it, and it'd be fun. But that's something to
True.
mess around with later on.
You just have to wait and find out, really.
Yeah, surprise! All right. Well, we will talk to you next week on Thursday, I think.
Works for me, I think.
Maybe. It depends. It's currently we're at 50-50.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this time of the year, I'm uh, at the mercy of the weather and might have to give Matt a little bit of grace uh, with moving.
Yep.
So,
By next week we'll definitely be in and settled, I think, in the new place. So
yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah. So we might do might just skip next week to let everything uh, that that way Matt is not rushing by any means and it's just
Hmm.
very comfortably getting settled in and
Right. Hmm.
then we will I guess try to go live again in 2 weeks, pending the weather for me.
Works for me.
All right, so we will see you all in 2 weeks. All right, bye bye now.
Goodbye.